Mini Jake, the tribe has spoken.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Aw, fuck you too, sweetie.
I'm JJ, one of the original Tribe of Nerds members. You can catch me on Marvel, Pokemon, and other gaming podcasts.
What up? It's Josh, resident superhero nerd, but I also dabble in the occasional super villain as well.
Some may know me as the Chaos Gremlin, but really I'm just Joe King.
Pikachu, use Volt Tackle! Good job, Pikachu!
On the Tribe of Nerds. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Shane and I are here for another Survivor What If interview, this time with a two-time Survivor legend, Ami from Vanuatu and Micronesia, fans versus favorites. Welcome, Ami, to the Tribe of Nerds.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I really appreciate it. I watched your interview with Fair Play, and I loved it so much that I was really excited when you asked me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. So we're going to go through both your seasons and ponder the question of what if you changed one thing in the Survivor multiverse and something else happened or other events happened. So let's get into it with your first season, Survivor Vanuatu. And you were partially responsible for leading this really great group of women, this strong group of women that almost dominated this game. But at the final 7, you did not vote out the last man, and Chris ended up winning the season. So what if you had gotten Chris out at the final 7? What would have happened at this point?
Gosh, that's such a hard one because I was so loyal to Twyla. Like, I would have loved for the final 4 to have been Eliza, Julie, Leanne, and I. That would have been like my dream team. But I was so loyal to Twyla that I don't know how that would have probably ended up being Leanne, Twyla, me, and I don't know who the third person would be. But I'm hoping I would have won. Like, I'm feeling like I did enough work that I would have won because I really was calculated with each one of my votes and wanted them to go the way they did, all except for Leanne's vote. And that was my own fault because I stopped telling people that I was voting them out. And Eliza, as she proved in every single vote, flopped to wherever she needed to not be voted out, which makes total sense. Good job, Eliza.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think I would have made the final 2. And I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Do you think I would have won? I think I would have won. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like we talked it out because we're doing a Survivor 1 through 50 rewatch as well, and we just did Vanuatu, and we talked it through, and we were like, if Chris goes here, I think Ami does win the game.
Yeah, I think so too. Unless people were so mad at me because Twyla could have won, but everyone was so mad at her.
Right.
But I don't think those people were mad at me. But if I would have had to vote them out, Twyla would have not voted for me because she would have been so hurt. But I don't know. I voted for her, and I was pretty pissed off at her. So who knows? Who knows?
True.
I think I would have won had Chris got voted out.
Yeah, I think it's also like how you spin it, because at that point, like, you all know, okay, we got here as our women's alliance, but it's a final 2, it's not a final 6. Like, we can't all get there, and some people have to go. So hopefully they respect the game and give you the vote if they thought you had the best gameplay.
Yeah, because I only had an alliance really with Twyla and Leanne. So voting either one of those 2 out would have been devastating to my game. But I mean, yeah, final 2. It's not final 3, 4. It was final 2. And so Hopefully they would have. I hope I would have done it with enough grace that they wouldn't have been so angry to just vote against me. That's always the hardest when people are voting against a winner.
Right.
That sucks. It's like, no, like this is the game. You got to vote for who really did it and made the magic happen, not who you're mad at.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's interesting too, because the season right before your season, like there was a lot of voting against, Boston Rob in the end. And I wonder if that would have influenced people at all, like if people were influenced by having watched last season.
I don't know. I didn't see that season. I had only seen Pearl Islands before that.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
was
'cause it's-
I watched all of Pearl Islands in one night, right a week before I left for Survivor. I'd
Wow.
never seen any other Survivor.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, because I think I'm trying to remember if you guys would have filmed right after All Stars would have aired, or I don't know, because I don't know like the filming schedule for you guys at the time, but
Yeah, no, I don't remember because like I said, I hadn't watched Survivor
Right.
before,
yeah.
except for that.
I actually think it was after, because when they showed the preview at the All Stars finale, they said 16 new players will be on Vanuatu, but obviously there are 18 of you.
Yeah,
Right.
So I think it was after, and then they changed it.
yeah,
they
that's
added
crazy.
and added, Sarge. It was me and Sarge.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow.
right. So were you alternates originally, or did you just come late in the casting process and they wanted you?
It all happened so fast because I was meant to be on The Amazing Race, and that's I love The Amazing Race, so I was really excited about that. And then they called and said, well, because my partner couldn't go with me and I couldn't find someone else, so they said, well, would you do Survivor? And I literally watched Survivor that night, called them the next morning, said, yeah, I would love to do that. And then it was like 10 days later and I'm on Vanuatu. So it all happened so fast. I didn't have time to watch and to prepare really. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be on this really hard show. I need to get mentally ready for it.
That's crazy.
That's surprising, because you went in with like such a mind for the game that you wouldn't think that you hadn't seen Survivor before or just been cast 10 days before.
That was all Eliza, because Eliza filled me in on what was happening. Because, like, when we got our loved ones' calls, or no, loved ones were there, I'm like, hey, you guys, I know our loved ones were here. Like, I thought I'd cracked some huge code, even though it happens every season. I thought I had figured out some secret that they were actually there. And Eliza's like, shut up, Amy. Just shut up. She would tell me what was going to happen next. Like, there's going to be a merge. There's going to be this. Or we're going to like, I had no idea. I had zero idea what was going to happen. So she really helped me out with that.
It's wild to think about more Survivor alternate history. So, Shane, you ready to ask about Micronesia?
All right, so yeah, you had your performance on Vanuatu, 6th place, really dominant game, and you come back as a favorite, deservedly so, to Micronesia. And I feel like there was so much potential, like, especially considering that they have this Black Widow brigade, and you kind of started that in Vanuatu, and I feel like you don't get credit for like really being the prototype of the Black Widow brigade, and now they do it without you. But we want to know what would have happened if at that final 11 vote, you're in your swap tribe, it's all you favorites, then there's Erik, and you think you all vote out Erik, and they vote out you. What if Erik does go there? How do you think the rest of the season plays out?
It would have been really interesting because I felt really alone there, which was weird. Like when in Vanuatu, I just felt like this is my crew, these are my girls.
Yeah.
In Palau, it was really different because so many people had previous relationships, and James and Ozzy were just like mesmerized by the girls, and it's just like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, are you serious? This is not like Love Island. This is freaking Survivor. What are we doing? Our first vote, I think what if, like Fairplay said, if Fairplay wouldn't have left the game like a big panty waste, and at least had he at least gone through with the first vote, and I know he was in pain, but had he at least just voted once, and we could have gotten Parvati out. That to me is more the what if. But because that would have been a whole different game. That would have been a dream game because Parvati really had the boys just like I don't know. It was like magic dust. And then once the boys were gone, she had it over the girls. Like I think Natalie fell in love with Parvati just a little bit. So, back to your question. Had Erik gotten voted out, I was really close with Ozzy, but Ozzy, I love you, Ozzy. I love you. I really do. But he doesn't have a lot of strategy. He's just more fun to be with, like going diving and going adventuring and all that. He just doesn't have a lot of strategy. So I couldn't have seen myself aligning with him. And Parvati was just too dangerous. Sari, I probably would have hooked up with somehow. I probably would have figured out how she and I could have gone farther in the game. Maybe with Natalie. I would have just wanted to get Parvati out the whole time. Just because I knew how good she was.
Yeah. It's crazy to think about too, because like everybody going into Micronesia, I think everybody kind of didn't really know Parvati from Cook Islands. Like I feel like she was not who she became the first time. So
Came a monster.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you think you're there at the merge and you try to get out Parvati, do you think it works, or do you think you kind of get sniped out instead at a certain point and join the jury?
I don't know. Like having those conversations are so tough because I'd try to get Chet to stay in and just vote one more time. I tried to get Erik. Well, no, maybe I didn't talk to Erik. I don't think I talked to because I didn't trust him. Well, no, I don't think I talked to Erik. But I tried to get Fairplay to stay in one more time. Like I didn't have my game on. Like I just didn't have the confidence that I usually have. I've said it in a few other interviews that it was just a really rough time in life. And I think my confidence was really down. And I needed a confidence boost. So I don't know if I would have been able to talk myself staying on one with how confident and in control Parvati was.
Yeah. So yeah, going into Micronesia, like, did you have a sense of who you really wanted to work with, or did you have any like chats of people going into the game and been like, these I think are going to be my people moving forward?
Well, I've always loved Yao Man, and Yao Man has always loved me, so I knew that was very likely. I was somewhat in love with James, so I was hoping that was part of it. But I knew for sure, like, you were not supposed to talk before the show. Like, everybody knows that we're humans. And so I called Eliza. I'm like, are you going bicycling across Australia? And she said, yes, I'm going bicycling across Australia. And we both knew no matter what, we would always have each other's back. Like, just like my little sister after what happened in Vanuatu. Like, I love her. She's one of my friends in life. So definitely knew I was working with her. But I wasn't sure about everybody else. I hadn't met Amanda. I hadn't met Parvati. I'd only seen Sari play. So yeah, I knew Yao Man and I knew Eliza, and I hated Johnny Fairplay. Like from my first season in Vanuatu, he and I, oh my God, he was so creepy and so disgusting and so horrible. I hated him. At our finale, he kept coming around me, and I've said this before as well. Like I wanted to kill him. I'm like, you need to stay at least 10 feet away from me, or else I'm going to kill you. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be horrible, and you need to stay away from me. And so we fought for the first couple of years, but right before Palau, he and I did a charity thing or something together, and I actually got to know him, and he's actually quite brilliant and quite funny and a lot of fun to be around. And so that had shifted just right before the show. So I was hoping to work with him. Like I thought that would happen, but then he quit. It's the whole show. Him quitting just messed up everything, because the vote would have been on our side straight away.
Yeah, I actually really feel like had your alliance with Eliza and Penner and Yao Man and Fairplay gone farther, I think that would have been a really fun alliance to track.
Yeah, or Sari too. I would have worked with Sari. I really liked hanging out with Sari, and but Fairplay has much better strategy. He's really good with the strategy. The smart guy.
Well, this has been great to hear your takes on what went down in Survivor history and how it would change, Amy. So, thank you for hopping on with us.
I really appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work. And I'm going to go back and watch all your stuff. I'm excited to see everything that you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah. All right.
Colorado.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, we will see you all for more of our content coming up on the Tribe of Nerds.